As a responsible person with growing concerns for your privacy and personal liberty, you want to know where we're headed and what you can do about it. We ask the experts what you need to do to take prudent and responsible action to safeguard your family's wealth and well-being, and what basic first steps will help you to be aware and prepared. ReluctantPreppers.com.
Hey, Reluctant Preppers, we look forward to meeting you in person at the Red Pill Expo hosted by G. Edward Griffin, June 7th through 9th in Hartford, Connecticut. If you register using the keyword Preppers, you get $30 off registration. See you there. Welcome back, Reluctant Preppers. We're very privileged to meet up with this prestigious guest, David Morgan, the Silver Guru, and this is at the Red Pill Expo 2019. David, thanks for joining us live on Reluctant Preppers.
All right. Well, I don't know how privileged you are, but here I am, and thank you for asking me to do the interview.
Well, you have traveled across the country. We by car halfway across, and you by plane all the way across early this morning. And logistics had it that we were able to make it first face-to-face here. And tomorrow and the next day and the following day, we'll be attending the Red Pill Expo here in Hartford, Connecticut. And you are one of the keynote speakers. So can you give us just a sneak preview of what the main topics are you're going to be addressing?
Yeah, well, Ed's pretty specific that he wants, every topic to have a red pill in it. And the red pill really for my topic is the future of money. It's pretty obvious from anybody that's on your channel. Reluctant Preppers knows that we're being pushed into a cashless society.
Right.
We're being pushed into, know your customer. Not only know your customer, but know them to like the nth degree with big data, like what are their likes, what are their dislikes, what do they buy often, and you go try a new topic or whatever, and this Google search, or another big data has all of a sudden start putting up something that you were shopping for the day before, even said, and your phone picked it up or whatever. It's kind of spooky in a way. So that's the direction we're going. I'm going to explore that.
You're supposed to enjoy being stalked because it makes you feel cared about.
Exactly. It's all about just advertising, right?
It's just the customer experience.
The customer experience. So that's the main part of my speech at the end of it. I'm going to build up to it with money in the past, money present, and money in the future. And no one knows the exact future, but definitely can see the direction. And I'll take questions and be around. I'll be around the whole weekend as well to meet people, talk, learn new things. I always learn things at these conferences. In fact, last year it was in Spokane.
Yeah. I
wasn't a speaker. I got a booth, just put up a booth, and was there for the whole event. Met a lot of interesting people. Benny, who's actually going to be the MC at this event here, met him. I'd known him barely. I met him in Anarchapulco, but I didn't know him very well. And he came up to me and said, "Can you help me out? You live here, and I'm looking for a place for RV, and it's really tough. Do you have any in on that?" And I said, "I really don't, but I live in the country. Come on by, just parking on my property." And his jaw dropped about that far. He said, "Are you serious?" "Yeah, I'm serious. My aunt and uncle parked their RV on it for a while. It's not a big deal. My neighbors are fine with it." So
actually, we've been thinking about getting an RV. What's your full hookup?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you off air. I'm not going to say it in the public, although you can find it pretty easy.
So now, we've asked you this in the past, but it's worth asking again, because the whole theme of the Red Pill Expo is about unplugging from the manufactured reality into which we are being presented, and instead getting connected with what sort of your God-given rights and your true natural law, natural privileges should be, and kind of reclaiming reality that's really going to carry you through hard times when this veil gets stripped away and the system falls apart and all that sort of thing. So the question that people get asked here is, what was your red pill moment? So, and I've asked you this before, but if you could bring us back there to where is there a moment you can point to when something clicked for you and you said, things aren't as I have been told they were, and I've really got to take other sources of information from what I've been told.
Right. Yeah, very good question. Really a little difficult point for anyone to answer. My own personal case, as it's in my first book at the Skin and Silver Investing. I mean, I was well aware, and it was kind of a shocking experience to me when the coin is changed from the 90% silver into the Cupro nickels.
1964 was the last year.
65 when my dad started giving me that 25 cents a week allowance, and they weren't 90%. I really noticed that, and I thought about it, and I didn't make a big deal out of it, but it just was obvious to me as a kid, 11 years old, that something isn't right. How can this one be worth it? This one, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So that might have been the beginning, but I say the real moment was when, well, two more really. I know you're asking for one, but I don't know if that was it. But
there can be like dominoes that hit
right,
you.
yeah. So the other one was looking into money and banking, realizing that the Federal Reserve Bank was a private corporation. A private corporation. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Well, so that was like the biggest red pill. Boom. So all these banking elites that own the Federal Reserve, of course, now it's changed somewhat. The commercial banks have ownership, and it's quasi-government, as Ed Griffin says, and I'll go along with Ed's take on it. But the point is, when it initially started, it was not, and still is, a private corporation,
and not
owned
necessarily
primarily by Europeans.
That's what I'm going to say. Not even necessarily Americans.
No, and I had no American interests at all, hardly. I mean, just one of the big bankers out of the 5, 6, 7 of the initials. I can't even name them anymore, but Ed did a great job. There's a previous book to that called "Secrets of the Federal Reserve" by Eustace Mullins. It's a pretty darn good book on the Federal Reserve. But it's in my library. I didn't really get a hold of it anymore. So that was another one, and the last one, as far as just the
things that really change your worldview.
Was reading this kind of stuff and being, I guess, a patriot early on and trying to get to the truth and, what are God-given constitutionally secured rights, and what's the difference between, being born here or being the subject of, and there are two classes, and I don't have time to go into it, but was reading for the first time that there was no real difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. And I was pretty darn young when I read that for the first time. And that was definitely a slap in the head, because I'm a thinker. And I don't take hardly anything at face value, but I can think. And the more I read the argument, the more I just boiled down the truth. Wait a minute. Oh, this side wants this, and the other side wants that, and they're so different, but they're really, and the best expression, and I picked it up from somebody that said it, but, there's the left wing, the right wing, and they're attached to the same bird. That birds don't fly in the same direction. Under one party, it might be flying a little slower, might make a little, whifty-difty, and the other party might fly faster and go straight. But regardless, it's two wings of the same bird, and I really, truly believe that. In fact, that's kind of my, if I get with somebody and I don't know them well and I don't want to spook them, fear porn them, do any of that stuff. I want to help people is what I want to do, and me. But you got to have a basis of communication. If there is no level to start with, then really you just have to move on. At least that's how I evaluate it. So one of the kind of acid tests that I use a trial balloon on is see what they think about the two-party system. Oh man, it's so good. Trump's in there. Oh, everything's going to be good. I just, not that I won't be friends with them, not that there's something in common or any of that stuff, but as far as trying to get them to a level where, I don't know how I want to frame this or how I want to state it, but there's not a lot of hope for that person to get fully red pill. They've still taken the blue pill. Let me say it that way. We're at the Red Pill Conference. Someone is still really standing up for their party, and a two-party system has not been red pilled. In my extremely strong opinion. I'm very good.
That's fine with us, and we're going to be hearing a lot more from a variety of speakers who I think are going to bring out some of those same themes in many different areas about medicine, about politics, about finance, about lots of different topics. So travel and all kinds of intrinsic rights, that kind of stuff. So I'm just glad that we were able to connect with you in person here.
I'd like to make a couple of comments since we're pretty much done, and that's fine. But, one of the things that I'm more familiar with is like your God-given rights and how to use them appropriately. And, you can do the right thing, say the right thing, and have the law totally on your side, still lose in the courtroom. The reason being is it's up to the judge more than it's up to the law. If the judge truly was there just to interpret the law and go by the law, we'd have a different situation than we have right now. Having said that, what I wanted to point out was that I hadn't ever thought of really applying it to the healthcare system. But the couple of women that spoke on the healthcare issue last year in Spokane at the Red Pill, It's like, yeah, that's right. You could question their authority. What gives you where's the law that says you have the right to own my body? That kind of thing. You don't have to be confrontational either, but you have to be firm. Where is and this one woman gave like a very succinct sample pack, of the right questions you can ask and that kind of thing. And if we were just better educated, but the system doesn't want you educated; they want you compliant. They want you to say yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, yes, authority. There's always somebody superior to me.
It's ironic because you mentioned not wanting to fall into using fear as a way of trying to overpower somebody in a conversation or something. But here fear has been used against us for we have to have health insurance because otherwise we'd be at this tremendous risk of something bad happening. Where it's if you look into it, the more we have, you find out that your costs are actually quite higher when you go under that. And oftentimes you don't get the options of choosing the ways of really staying health and wellness and that sort of thing.
Well, I don't plan on saying this, and I know this goes out to a wide audience, but for the record, I don't have health insurance anymore. I used to. And I decided, based on the amount of money that it cost me at my age, in really good health, to get a plan, because once you get the plan, it's a cost every month.
That's right.
And then there's a deductible.
On top of that.
And then there's a fee for prescriptions or whatever.
Absolutely.
So I did the math, and I said, I'll take the risk of, first of all, health is whose responsibility? The doctor I go see? No, it's mine.
Right.
What I put in my mouth, if I exercise or not, and whether I have cardiovascular fitness or not, all those things are my responsibility. I have to own that. So anyway, I did it, and I just decided a few years back,
not gonna feed this beast anymore. Yeah.
Well, and it's working out well. I mean, do I spend a lot on healthcare? Yeah, I do. I'm probably in the 10,000 range because I do some anti-aging stuff.
Sure, but you direct.
But I don't get. But I get paid. I pay for it. I get the product. Whatever.
Right. Right. Yeah, we've spoken with Dr. Elena George. We've spoken with Dr. Jay Nielsen and others about how that system is just spiraling out of control. Yeah. And there's three parties that are benefiting from it, and that's drug companies, hospital administrators, and insurance companies. But the doctors and the patients and the nurses are the ones who are being left behind.
And maybe I should make it crystal clear. I just signed a contract with my primary care physician, who's pretty much an anti-aging doctor. That is a monthly fee kind of thing, but it's totally on me. A retainer, yep. And the reason I did it was what I wanted is that I get a discount really on my lab work because for him, so. But it's not a conventional healthcare plan.
Right, you're going direct.
At all. Yep. It's my own personal choice to get my healthcare the way I want it.
Which benefits you and benefits the doctor.
Exactly.
And it completely cuts out the expensive drug company and the expensive insurance company and the hospital administrator. So, well, good for you. So we'll be finding out more, and maybe we'll get a chance to loop back and touch base again sometime during this week. So, David, thanks for joining us here on Reluctant Preppers.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Reluctant Preppers provides educational awareness and commentary only. Opinions expressed do not constitute personalized financial advice. Viewers are encouraged to do their own research and seek qualified personal financial consultation before making investment decisions.
What if gold or silver drop in price after I order it?
Well, everything fluctuates with time, but nothing has held up longer and better than gold and silver throughout all the changes that have happened in history. Your first ounce of silver is at spot price, and you get free shipping on any order over $99 at sdbullion.com/RP. Hey, Reluctant Preppers. If you haven't heard, we've already started our monthly 1-ounce U.S. Silver Eagle thank you gift to one active Patreon subscriber each month, signed by your host, Dunnigan Kaiser. And you don't want to miss out on that.
Please help us grow by subscribing today at patreon.com/reluctantpreppers.